Hey y'all, it's been like forever and a day since I have posted anything on here about anything because life has been so busy. But now that I have a little bit of time, I said, okay, let me just kill two birds with one stone and just talk about something that is really important to me. And one thing I was sitting with this morning when I was journaling was the not just the beauty of being single, like that's so cliche, but honestly how such a blessing it is. I am 31, I have no kids, I am living the dreams of so many women, the secret hidden dreams of so many women. And it's so funny because when I was in my 20s, I remember constantly stressing about getting married. Like specifically between the age, I think 25 to 28, like those 3 years. Because when you're 25, it's something like you just spaz out because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm almost 30 years old. I'm almost 30, and you try to like achieve all these crazy things before you're 30. And the thing that's so wild is at 25 years old, I was at Howard University in grad school. What? That is insane. And I had just moved to DC. I was a 24 years old, going on 25, at one of the most prestigious schools in the entire country. And I'm over here pressed about getting married. That is insane. But that's the reality of so many women. I had so many good things going on for myself. I was living in DC. I'm 24, 25 years old. I go to one of the most amazing HBCUs in the country. I have the opportunity of a lifetime. I was one of the very few to get in my program. I just graduated from undergrad, just finished an amazing recital. And here I am worried about, oh my gosh, I don't want to be single at 30 years old. But I have all these amazing things going on. And the thing is, society tells women that if you're not married or if you don't have kids, you're going to be sad, you're going to be unhappy, you're going to be depressed, you're going to be feeling lonely. They'll make you feel like something's wrong with you or like you're the reason why you're single. And I'm not saying that's not the case sometimes, but people innately just place these things on women, not knowing their story, not knowing, or don't even care to know their story. The mere fact that you have no kids and you're not married and you're over the age of 29, people will just label you. And women grow up thinking that, well, the world tells me that, if getting a husband and having kids is going to make me fulfilled. And so women will a lot of times lay down their dreams and passions, or they'll be doing what they're doing, but they won't celebrate it that much, or they will say things like, yeah, I'm a CEO of a company, but I still don't have a husband, or yeah, I'm traveling over the world, but I'm not married. And I'll just start wearing this insecurity. And it's not because you actually feel that way. It's because society has made you feel that way. They make you feel like, oh, I'm single, I have no kids. And you're trying to figure out, why do I feel this drive? Why do I feel like all this craziness? It's because people have placed that on you. You actually don't feel that way. So anyway, when I was 28 years old, I was dating this guy, and I remember he was actually decent, actually kind of decent for real. And at the time, I was so pressed. Bro. That relationship did not last long because I was so pressed. But I remember when we stopped talking or whatever, I was in the bathtub crying my eyes. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be single at 30. I was just having a moment. And then I don't know if it was the Holy Spirit or me, but I was like, do you actually, I have to ask myself, why do you care about this? And I sat with myself and I realized I heard so many messages, not from my family, thank God my family is not like that, but just from other sources that made me really feel extremely insecure about being single. And that made me feel desperate for a man. After I realized that deep down in my spirit, I didn't even want to be married, I stopped caring. It was like an instantaneous, I don't care. And I think 31, single, no kids, it's such an enjoyable life. The thing I enjoy about this life is, as a woman, I think it's so important to have time to develop your own thinking brain waves, your own belief system, because women, we're so indoctrinated with so many belief systems that are not even yours. I could go on and on about the things I just really enjoy about being a single, child-free woman. And I think one of the best things about this is I get to choose my days. I get to choose my life. And dating at this age and dating from this space is different, because in your 20s, it's like two crazy, like young, don't know what I'm doing, coming together, trying to make something happen. But in your 30s, it's like, I have my degrees, I have this, I'm established. I'm looking for someone who can just improve my, like, that we're just like great pairings together. But you're not desperate, you're just really at peace. And so when you date, you're really just enjoying conversation, you're really just enjoying someone else. And you're not stressed about getting a man. That's so insane. Also, I really see the blessings and all the amazing things I'm doing with my life, and like, not feeling like something's missing, or that something's wrong with me, or that something's missing. There's nothing missing. Like, my sole value on this earth is not just to be a wife or just to be a mom. My sole value on this earth is not to just nurture the world and neglect myself. And that is the messaging that so many women get. Like, okay, so you just need to neglect yourself and make space for everyone else. And you know, the fear of being single or the shame of being single will drive you to date the most toxic guys. You don't ask good questions. You're afraid to say no. All that silliness. And I just don't feel that way. I don't know who is even going to watch this, but I promise you, there's nothing wrong with not having what society says you need to have by 30. When you have so much more that other people are crying and begging to have. And also, I would say, I love qualitative analysis. I love qualitative data. Listening to the interviews of so many women who are married with kids, they are so unhappy. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. And I know women personally, and also women who are married with kids. What society say make women happy. They're so miserable. They hate their life. They hate getting up every day. They don't say, they feel shame about saying it because they're supposed to love their kids and love their husbands. But like deep down, they wish they could just have an apartment to themselves. And here's the thing. At 31, single with no kids. You know, I have so much space to myself. My apartment is all mine. My car is mine. If I want to get up and go to Japan, I can. If I want to get up and go to Italy, I can. If I want to go back to school and do night classes, I can. If I want to have girlfriends over, or if I'm on like a date and I have a day over, I can do whatever I want to do. My life belongs to me. And that's the thing. The world makes women feel shame about your life belonging to yourself. And they teach women as little girls that your life belongs to everyone but you. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. Your life belongs to you. Your life is yours. And I'm not saying that I don't want to be married. Now, I personally don't want kids. That's just something I just don't want. You know, I've always known since I was 10 years old that I didn't want to be a mom. And I do want to be married, but when I tell you, I'm so at peace with my life that I thoroughly don't feel, I just don't feel pressed about that. And I have to tell people I don't feel pressed about that. Don't talk to me like I worry. I don't worry about that. I don't feel pressed about that. And if you don't want to be single no more, then just don't be. Like, you don't have to be where you don't want to go. But also, this is just a really good life. And, women, there are so many things regarding what we should do. Like, we're shamed if we're career oriented, we're shamed if we're housewives. And I just don't believe in shaming either or. What I will say is, if you don't want to do something and everyone else is telling you should do it, but you don't want to do it, you're going to wake up and not be happy. So if you're a scientist trying to be a housewife, be a scientist. If you're like a wife, but you really don't want to be, you just hate being a wife, don't be a wife. If you be what you want to be, like, you don't have to stay stagnated. And honestly, I'm going to say this, and I hope this doesn't come off a bad way, but I'm going to be honest, more men are attracted to women who have more of this energy, if you will. They are, because they can sense you're not desperate. You don't care. And you attract better men when you just care more about, when you don't see your life like it revolves around men and kids. I hope this makes sense. I think it does, so I'm going to talk about it. But, like, your value was beyond being a mom and a wife. Like, I'm 31, no kids, no husband, and I am living the dream of so many women. To just wake up, it's quiet, everything is in place. You are the center of your day. And I'm not saying that to sound like some new age weirdness. What I'm saying is, you get to prioritize yourself and not feel shame and guilt and obligated to care for everyone else. And the men I date don't actually make me feel like I need to be that anyway. So that's something else to consider as well. So not every woman is called to like, if you are that nurturing, just mom, wife, there's nothing wrong with that either. But, like, that's not all of us. Some of us are made to be scientists and neurologists, and we feel bad if we put that over being moms. And, even the whole, like, having babies at 35 or 40, women freak out. And I get it. I love science. I actually am really big into anatomy, so I understand scientifically, yes, there are some concerns. However, God gave me the ability as a woman to have a period, to have a reproductive system, with the capacity to give birth for me, from the age of like 10, 11 to like 50. So why am I freaking out? I understand adopt wisdom, but then I can also go to God and say, okay, Lord, like, I may not have kids till later. Give me the wisdom so that when it's time for me to birth my baby, I'm birthing my baby healthy. Like, why do I have to walk around anxious and stressed out and worried and panicked? I don't want kids, so maybe for me it's just easier. But, like, even if you do want kids, like, trust God with your womb. Trust God with your reproductive. Obtain wisdom, obtain the data, obtain the facts, and then go to prayer and say, okay, God, here are the facts and data. What do you say? What is the path for me? Because I don't want to be married right now. I don't want to have kids right now. Or, I do want to be a mom right now, but I actually just want to spend time with my boyfriend or my spouse and just kind of live my life a little bit. My prayer is that women get free from the foolishness. And so, anyway, I just want to post that. So, hope you like this. I think hopefully next year I can do more topics about nutrition and fat loss. I'm really big into science. I love science. I really want to go back to school and get another master's. Oh, I probably shouldn't say that. It's okay. It's whatever. God got my life. All right. That's it. Y'all, bye.